Hello and welcome to the showcase of my first Kerbal space program replica of a real world thing. This here I've decided to call Mayburn Mk V. It's modeled after the NASA Saturn V rocket that was used in the Apollo program in the 60s and 70s. For those of you who actually know about that, you should already see it's pretty obvious. It's quite similar in the looks. Down to the shape, most of it is pretty accurate, and the staging is pretty accurate too, so it'll sort of work like the real world counterpart. Alright, let's we have been waiting here on the launch pad for the wobble to go away. It's too big and heavy, and even with 12 of total launch stabilizers, this is still wobbly on the pad. But yeah, it's time for Bill and Kerhard to go to the moon. It's a fine morning for that. Let's check everything's correct. Looks fine. Can't see any issues. Let's go. So yeah, this is actually having a lot of empty space in the fuel tanks, because for this size, the fuel tanks are way too spacious, and the engine's way too efficient. Or then just the payload is too small in comparison to them. So technically I have a lot of room to put more stuff, more weight on the top. Okay, coming up on the first staging. There, we're going to immediately start doing the gravity turn as well. Now this thing at this point will be pretty uneasy. It'll want to flip nose down too eagerly, and that's because we're still in a relatively thick atmosphere and there are no winds anymore. So easy does it, really easy. I'm actually turning slower than I used to in normal launches, and now I'm already having to fight it so it doesn't destroy itself. Yeah, normal launches I'm already at 45-degree angle roughly here, but I can't manage it with this. It's okay. 30k for 45 degrees of angle is totally fine. There we go. So yeah, we are aiming at 120 kilometers of apoapsis, maybe 125, somewhere in the ballpark anyway. It's not too accurate where I'm going to have to be. Okay, now we can start turning properly. And that is because we are going to do a free return trajectory. Now the second stage goes here. There's a launch escape tower going on, and the CSM's access panels. And here we go, the actual vessel. So yeah, I actually over accelerated, but it isn't too bad. Free return trajectory means that I launch from Kerbal, make a moon transfer, so that I'll get back no matter what happens, even if I don't spend any fuel. That was a safety measure employed with Apollo program. It's a really good way to do it too, like it's quite cheap to achieve. So yeah, we're just gonna circularize there. And now that we're in space, we're gonna want to open up the comms dish, although it didn't come up. Maybe I put the wrong numbers on the commands. It's okay, I'll do it manually. So that emulates the 4-dished antenna of the actual Apollo CSM. Alright, let's plan the transfer to the moon. So yeah, it's gonna have to be slightly past the normal stage. Oh, that wasn't right. That's better. No, it wasn't. Where do we have it? So your aim is to have an atmospheric entry on this Kerbin periapsis and relatively low moon periapsis. That didn't work quite right. Okay, now we have a good moon periapsis and a pretty much equally good Kerbin periapsis. Make it really low because it's gonna be different when you actually do this. There, that's good enough. And that's really good. I usually aim for 120k. I mean, I would. I haven't done this many times. Oh, actually, this side has only counterweights for the sub-satellite here. I'll get to that later. There's the moon peeking out. Good enough. It probably used the RCS from the lander inside that thing as well. Oh well, can't have everything right. So here is the trajectory for a free return from the moon. We launch from here, we go along here, and then make a a figure 8 trajectory around the moon. And because of the moon's traveling around Kerbin, it's gonna actually slow us down while we're passing it, and then send us off back towards Kerbin. This is actually, I have considerably weakened the ejection of these fairings so that they won't get too big a relative velocity to the actual stage, and hopefully the free return trajectory will make them catch into the Kerbin atmosphere and destroy themselves. So yeah, let's detach from this stage. And it picked us in the wrong vessel. It looks pretty nice. Okay, let's separate ourselves from the module a little bit. Set it as target and get ourselves docked into it. Huh. Fancy that. We're actually traveling off from it somehow. Oh well, it's not that big of an issue. Yep. It's gonna be a pretty accurate docking this. Okay, next stage is to detach the landing module from the third stage rocket. There's fancy 2 button press for some reason, I don't know. And it again picks us the wrong vessel to fly. Alright, next order of business. Moon periapsis. Hello moon. Come on, that was pretty bad. Okay. Missed the node by a hair, but that doesn't really matter. So not going to take that much. And I only plant the periapsis where I want, and then the rest has to be accurate. There. So, we are now orbiting the moon at least. Okay, so the sub-satellite here, it doesn't have any propulsion, it doesn't have anything but like some gravimetric analyzation things. I actually haven't got those science parts on it at this stage, but it's pretty close. Now, do I have time to do it on this side? I do. Let's just begin. And let's use the new transfer things. Here, of course, we put Jeb in there. And we'll put Bill there as well. Kirhut can stay. And then we're gonna have to open up this. And then off we go, undock. Wrong vehicle. And then point nose towards somewhere else than the CSM, so we don't burn it when we decelerate for landing. This is gonna take a while to actually burn away the velocity, so not bad at all. Look how everything's just aligned beautifully. Pretty happy about this. The way I've got it to work. So, to begin with, we're gonna detach these guys and drop them somewhere near, so we can easily build the rover. Alright, let's start this thing by first getting the ground pylon to build from, and I think it's in that container. There we go. Okay, attach it there. And then we're gonna have to find the front section. Hello, here we are. Pretty good find. And then we're gonna attach it to that thing. There we go. Store. Chassis rear section. I think it was in this one. Yes. Store. Remove the pylon and hope it doesn't explode. It has a tendency to do that sometimes. Grab. Sweet. Okay, attach there and then board. Don't go! Maybe I should have put someone in it first. Excellent. I stopped it with my jetpack. Alright. Ooh, drifting on the moon! Oh yes! Yes! That looks damn good. Okay, let's use my proven mechanic of dipping vehicles back on their feet. See? I'm pretty damn good at that stuff. Problem. Come on, fly, man. He doesn't want to fly. Okay, there we go. Let's try to do a landing on it. I'm pretty much stuck here, I guess. Oh yeah, he's ragdolling there. That's good. Okay, let's just let it roll on the bottom. Oh yeah, we got out of it. Oh, it's driving over me. I don't die. Sliding on floors has usually caused deaths in my experience. Okay, let's let it stop first. Next time I should put on the brakes if I'm gonna flip it. Haha! Got that right. Okay, let's go back. Brake, don't kill Bill. Oh. Oh no, oh dear. Oh dear. I guess it's gonna land on its wheels, right? Quite. Okay. Let's try returning then. We're gonna want to shut down this engine. And then we're gonna see that we have a good window of timing. I'd say roughly there. I'm just saying. Okay. That should be pretty good. So, westwards. And let's punch it up. That way. We don't have much anything on this vehicle, so don't screw it up. Can't go many orbits. Let's see what we actually have. 4 hours of electricity on. Okay, we are now actually on a slower orbit than it is, so okay, switch to I think it broke. Okay, let's see where autosave got us. Well, both are in orbit, so that's good. I was afraid I would get a situation where something's still thrusting up to the orbit, but... Oh! Oh, okay. That's nice. So the mission failed because of a bug in Kerbal Space Program. So yeah, we have the lander here with the Ascent module without any kind of way to return. And there's a bit of crap on the way. Okay, let's try again. After that failure. That was the Kraken visiting me. We're back in orbit of Mun with Kirhat on the CSM and Bill and Jeb in the Lander Module's Ascent stage. So first of all, get there. Okay, we're pretty close now. Now we can pretty safely do that. Yep, that looks all safe. And then we noticed this guy didn't have any radio contact. So, yeah, there it goes. Note to self. Put a passive antenna on that thing. And here we go, burning for the home trip. So let's just warp along. Get out of the moon. Still using power, but then again this is supposed to be on all the time. Home sweet home. So let's use the last orbital maneuver here to change the trajectory a little bit. What's that glimmering light there? Okay, we're gonna come in quite hot. And we're definitely passing over it, but not by much, and we're gonna land in the dark in the ocean. That is not the best thing. Put out the parachutes. And the real one had 3 parachutes with 2 drogues. It's close enough. Yep. There we go. Successful. In a way.